Boothill Cemetery is a famous old graveyard. It rests on a windswept hill just outside Pioche, Nevada. This cemetery is not like others. It holds the stories of a rough and tumble past. Many of its residents died suddenly. They often died with their boots still on. This is how it earned its name, Boothill. The name itself speaks of violence and quick endings. It is a stark reminder of frontier justice. Pioche was once a booming mining town. Silver ore brought thousands seeking fortune. It was a place of great wealth and great danger. The town quickly gained a reputation. It was known as one of the toughest towns in the American West. Lawlessness was common in its early days. Gunfights erupted frequently on its dusty streets. The cemetery became a necessary part of life. It filled quickly with those who lost their gamble. The air around Boothill Cemetery feels heavy with history. Weathered wooden markers and stone headstones dot the landscape. Many are faded and difficult to read now. Each one represents a life cut short. These individuals came from all walks of life. They were miners, merchants, and drifters. Some were outlaws, others were lawmen. Their stories are etched into the very soil here. This place is a silent witness. Visiting Boothill is like stepping back in time. You can almost hear the whispers of the past. The wind carries tales of shootouts and hard living. It is a place for quiet reflection. It makes you think about the people who built the West. Their struggles and their spirit are remembered here. The cemetery stands as a monument to a truly wild era. It is an important piece of Nevada's heritage. It tells a raw story, The story of Boothill Cemetery begins with silver. Rich silver veins were discovered near Pioche in 1869. This discovery sparked a massive rush. Prospectors and speculators flocked to the area. The town of Pioche sprang up almost overnight. It grew from a small camp to a bustling settlement. With this rapid growth came conflict. Disputes over mining claims were frequent. These often turned violent. A cemetery was needed almost immediately. The cemetery was officially established in the early 1870s. However, burials likely occurred even before that. Life in a mining camp was incredibly harsh. Accidents in the mines were common. Disease also spread quickly in crowded conditions. But it was the rampant violence that truly filled Boothill. Pioche became infamous for its lawlessness. It was said that 75 men were buried in Boothill. They died before anyone in town died of natural causes. This tells you much about the town. The early years of Pioche were particularly bloody. The town was isolated. Effective law enforcement was slow to establish itself. Gunmen and bad men were drawn to such places. They could operate with little fear of reprisal. The Lincoln County Courthouse, built during this period, was a symbol of this chaos. Its construction was plagued by corruption. Its final cost was enormous. Meanwhile, Boothill gathered more residents. Each grave marked another victim of the frontier. Not everyone buried in Boothill was an outlaw or a victim of a gunfight. Many ordinary people rest here too. These include miners who died in accidents. Women and children who succumbed to illness are also buried here. Their lives were just as much a part of Pioche's story. The cemetery reflects the full spectrum of frontier life. It shows the dangers and the daily struggles. It is a chronicle of survival. This cemetery holds diverse stories of the past. Boothill Cemetery holds many tales within its grounds. Some of its occupants are well known in local lore. For instance, the grave of William H. Slater can be found here. He was shot by Mike O'Brien in a dispute. Another is Charles W. Pearson, killed in a notorious gunfight. These names might not be famous nationwide, but in Pioche they are part of the town's fabric. Their stories are passed down through generations. They represent the violent reality of the time. One of the most infamous periods involved the Raymond and Ely War. This was a bitter conflict between two powerful mining companies. They fought over rich silver claims. This dispute led to numerous armed confrontations. Hired gunmen were brought in by both sides. Many men lost their lives during this feud. A significant number of them ended up in Boothill. This event cemented Pioche's reputation. It became known as a place where bullets settled arguments. The cemetery is a testament to this conflict. The grave markers in Boothill are varied. Many are simple wooden crosses or planks. Time and weather have worn them down. Some inscriptions are barely legible. Others are made of stone, more enduring but still aged. A few have poignant epitaphs. They offer small glimpses into the lives of those buried. Killed by Indians or shot in a quarrel are common. These stark phrases tell a powerful story. They speak of the perils of the frontier. Each marker is a piece of history. Efforts have been made to preserve the history of Boothill. Local historical societies and volunteers work to maintain the site. They try to identify unmarked graves. They also research the stories of those interred. This is important work. It keeps the memory of Pioche's pioneers alive. Without these efforts, much of this history could be lost. The cemetery is more than just graves. It is an outdoor museum. It is a classroom for history. Like many old cemeteries, Boothill is surrounded by local folklore. Tales of ghostly apparitions and unexplained sounds are common. Some visitors report feeling an eerie presence. They might hear faint whispers on the wind, or they might see shadowy figures among the tombstones at dusk. These stories add to the cemetery's mystique. They draw paranormal enthusiasts and curious tourists alike. The violent past feeds these legends. Such tales keep the spirits of Boothill alive. The desolate beauty of the Nevada landscape contributes to this atmosphere. Boothill sits on an exposed, arid hill. The wind often howls across the graves. The silence can be profound. This isolation enhances the sense of stepping into another time. It is easy to imagine the spirits of rugged miners and gunslingers. They might still roam this final resting place. Whether one believes in ghosts or not, the cemetery has a powerful impact. It makes one reflect. Today, Boothill Cemetery is primarily a historical landmark. It is no longer an active burial ground for the town. Pioche has a newer cemetery for its residents. Boothill is carefully preserved and open to the public. It serves as a major tourist attraction for Pioche. Visitors come to walk among the old graves. They read the faded inscriptions. They try to connect with Nevada's Wild West past. It is a place of pilgrimage for history buffs. It is a key part of Pioche's identity. The ongoing significance of Boothill Cemetery is undeniable. It is a tangible link to a defining period in American history. It reminds us of the harsh realities of frontier life. It shows the courage and resilience of early settlers. The cemetery stands as a somber tribute. It honors those who lived and died in a lawless time. It helps us understand the price of taming the West. Boothill's legacy endures. It continues to tell its silent stories. Please like and subscribe for more wonders.